Hello there. Thank you for visiting iFilm Recap. Today I'm going to explain a movie, Eternals. In 5000 BC, a gathering of 10 godlike people plummeted upon Earth to safeguard mankind from the degenerates. They are the Eternals, who have been sent from their home planet of Olympia on the Domo by the Prime Divine, Arishem, the appointed authority. Consistently, the Eternals keep on moving to other developing civilizations and protect them from the degenerates, despite the fact that they are banned by Arishem from slowing down human struggles to permit them to normally advance. Two Eternals, Circe and Achares, would foster a cozy relationship throughout the long term, ultimately turning into a wedded couple. In 1521, the Spanish attack on the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan ran simultaneously with an assault from the remainder of the deviants. While warding them off, Thena's Maud Wairi makes her quickly turn on her partners, just to become Gilgamesh. The Prime Timeless, Ajak, offers to fix Thena's burden at the expense of her recollections. However, Gilgamesh volunteers to investigate her, yielding with the likelihood that she might need to be killed, assuming she turns once more. Druig, disappointed with how the Eternals have been avoiding human illicit relationships, deserts them to end the Spanish clash himself. With the deviants apparently destroyed, Ajak discharges the Eternals to head out in a different direction. In the years since, Achares would leave Circe as the other Eternals anticipate their revisitation of Olympia. In the present day, Sprite lives with Circe in London, as she fills in as a historical center keeper with a heartfelt interest in her partner Dane Whitman. One evening, Circe, Sprite and Whitman are leaving a party, when they are gone after by a deviant. They are joined by Achares, as they battle to annihilate the monster. However, they find that recuperating itself is capable. As Whitman is abandoned, Circe, Sprite and Achares choose to leave for South Dakota looking for Ajak. At her home, they track down her body, all things being equal, a casualty of a prior deviant assault. As Circe grieves over the corpse of their chief, Ajak gives the circle she uses to speak with Arishem to her. With the deviant danger approaching, the three choose to branch out to find the other Eternals. They approach Kingo, as he shoots another Bollywood film, who is reluctant to leave his life of fame and rejoin the Eternals. He gives in when he finds out about Ajak, close by extra consolation from his valet Karun Patel, who likewise labels close by them to film a narrative for Kingo. The gathering finds Gilgamesh and Thena in Australia, as the last's Wairi re-emerges because of a new degenerate assault. In the wake of looking at Thena's craftsmanship, she had painted during her episodes of Wairi, which imagined recollections of planetary obliterations previously, Circe utilizes the circle to lay out an association with Arishem effectively. There is no such thing as the Prime Celestial, reveals to Circe that Olympia, all things being equal, he had designed the Eternals on the planet fashion. He had likewise made the degenerates to kill Earth's dominant hunters and permit shrewd life to flourish. However, a basic plan imperfection drove them to develop and become hunters themselves. Thus, the Eternals were conveyed onto Earth to safeguard the people, ignorant that they were likewise protecting a seed that would bring forth the new heavenly Tiamut, the communicator, once the populous portion of wise life was accomplished. At the point when that occurs, the rise would start, bringing about the obliteration of the planet, and the introduction of said heavenly, which would take into account new life and cosmic systems to shape. A while later, the recollections of the Eternals would be taken from them, and concentrated by Arishem, to clear a path for their next planetary mission. Shocked with the genuine significance of their reality, Circe illuminates the others. Together, they understand that Thena's psychological burden was the consequence of a bungled memory wipe after a past development. Wanting to postpone the development, they find Druig in an Amazon town, with the expectation that he could be capable of using his clairvoyance to deliver Tiamut the communicator lethargic, yet he is reluctant to help them. Around evening time, they are trapped by the deviant and battle to fight them off. Akaris and Circe are violently gone after by one of the monsters, yet she utilizes her powers to change it into a tree, incredibly. As Athena falls crazy once more, Gilgamesh hurries to her side. Be that as it may, this permits the deviant leader Crow to go after him and retain his powers, acquiring a humanoid figure, comprehensible discourse, and his recollections. Prior to escaping, Crow promises to kill the Eternals for their activities towards the deviants. With his final words, Gilgamesh effectively gets Athena to recollect who she is, restoring her from the difficulty. The remainder of the Eternals grieve the deficiency of their most grounded warrior with an incineration, with Athena dissipating his remains in the stream. Druig broadcasts that he isn't sufficiently strong to influence a divine, so they head to Chicago to search out Phastos, who had long deserted humankind, and his innovative desires, after his innovation was utilized to make the nuclear bomb. In any case, he has recently discovered trust for humankind, in the wake of finding another existence, with his significant other Ben Stoss and child Jack Stoss. He at first will not leave his family, yet yields after Ben persuades him to battle for Jack's future. Going to Iraq, they recover the Domo from an archaeological site and find Makari dwelling in the ship. As they all are pervaded with endless inestimable energy, Phastos proposes they channel their energy into Druig, and structure a uni-psyche so he can assume command over the divine, and stop the development. Yet, not every person is locally available with the arrangement, with Akaris being the essential protester. At the point when Kingo promises to stay close to Akaris up until the end, he reviews his last experience with Ajax 6 days earlier. She illuminates Akaris that albeit the blip carried the development nearer to the real world, the heroics of the Vindicators enlivened her to uncertainty Erisham interestingly. Yet, as he stays a firm devotee to Erisham, Akaris takes Ajax to a town in the frozen north, where the degenerates caught in ice were re-emerging due to an Earth-wide temperature boost related with the development. He drives her into the way of Crow, who assimilates her life power and gains her hyper-regenerative powers. Akaris brings Ajax's body back home prior to separating over what he had done. Circe faculties the beginning of the development, provoking Phastos to send Makari out and find Tiamat, who is at a volcanic island in the Indian Sea. Druig finds Icarus's job in Ajax's passing, and Circe learns he was made mindful of their actual mission by Ajax hundreds of years prior. Akaris contends that it is their obligation as Eternals to safeguard the heavenly pattern of life so the universe might keep on existing. At the point when Kingo takes steps to go after Akaris, Sprite chooses to leave with him, as he would rather not face Erisham however wishes not to battle his companions. Kingo additionally leaves alongside Karun. Athena persuades Circe to proceed with Ajax's main goal as her replacement and keep the arising out of killing all of humankind. To work with the uni-psyche, Phastos takes Circe's correspondence circle and dismantles it to develop wristbands for the other Eternals to wear. At the island, Circe, Athena and Makari loan their energy to Druig and permit him to interface with Tiamat, however Akaris shoots him into an opening and obliterates the Domo. Discovering that Circe's matter change powers are their last opportunity to stop the rise, Makari, Athena and Phastos stand up to Akaris to give her cover. Crow assaults the Eternals and almost kills Makari, however Phastos thumps him into a cavern where Athena follows him into. Sprite extends a deception of Ajax to occupy Circe prior to wounding her with a blade. As she is continually derided for her honest height, Sprite begrudges Circe for having the option to carry on with a full life among people, trusting that the development's consequence would permit her to be renewed as a standard life form. Druig recuperates and takes Sprite out, yet he can't use his powers against Tiamat once more, compelling Circe to confront it single-handedly as the divine ascends from Earth's covering. Crow imitates Gilgamesh and endeavors to assume control over Athena's psyche, Yet she can oppose him and kills the deviant. Phastos figures out how to control Ikaris and keep him from utilizing his powers quickly, yet he in the long run splits free and takes off to stop Cersei. Notwithstanding, he is sincerely incapable of forcing himself to hurt her. Recollecting their lifespan and the adoration they shared, he gives up. Regardless of this, Cersei actually needs more energy to kill Tiamat. Be that as it may, out of nowhere something joins all the Eternals, including Ikaris and Sprite, into the Uni-Psyche, accomplishing sufficient energy to permit Cersei to change Tiamat's body into marble. Culpability-ridden, Ikaris apologizes to Cersei prior to escaping Earth, flying straightforwardly into the sun. Phastos concludes that it was Tiamat itself that started the Uni-Brain. This was consistently the way for Eternals to endure obliterations of planets, however this time it brought about the Heavenly's passing. Having held some energy from the Uni-Brain, Cersei satisfies Sprite's desires and changes her into a human to permit her to grow up. After 14 days in South Dakota, Thena, Makari and Druig withdraw for space on the Domo, which had been fixed by Phastos, and look for additional Eternals and come clean with them. Back in London, Sprite says farewell to Cersei as she moves out with Kingo to go to class. Cersei is out on one more date with Whitman when Erisham decisively shows up external Earth's circle. For subverting Tiamat's development, he snatches Cersei, Phastos and Kingo to assess their recollections for a last judgment of the people, saving them for the present. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more movie recaps.